What are unwritten rules of traveling by airplane? To ensure that the journey using the airplane that we are doing is safe and comfortable, there are several unwritten rules that should be obeyed for the common interest. 1. Alcohol time is any time, but don't get drunk. Airports are probably the only places in the world where you can have a drink at 7 in the morning without anyone batting an eye. It may be 7 a.m. at the airport, but your brain is still several time zones behind. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. 2. Don't take off your socks. Don't take off your socks. Just don't do it. Shoes are fine, but keep those socks on unless you want to draw the silent ire of your fellow passengers. It doesn't matter if you think your feet don't smell or if you have a cute pedicure, no one wants to see you traipsing down the aisle barefoot. Bring a pair of slippers, like the disposable ones from the hotel. Walking barefoot on the plane is not the best, especially in the toilets. 3. Use headphones at all times. The roar of the plane engine is bad enough, so don't add to it by blaring music on your tinny phone speakers mid-flight. For the sanity of your fellow passengers, wear headphones at all times. 4. Don't talk someone's ear off. Yes, air travel can be lonely, but if someone is clearly not interested in listening, don't start sharing pics of your 20 fur babies waiting for you at home. Fido may be cute, but few people want to hear the intricacies of how fast he learned the fetch command when there's still 5 hours left to go on the flight. 5. Traveling with kids. Keep it down. Look, being a parent is hard, and flying with a small child makes the job even harder. Even then, you owe it to your fellow travelers to at least try and keep the peace. Remember that toddler who made the news last year for screaming for 8 hours straight during a flight from Germany to New York? It's not a good look. Parenting expert, Talya Stone of the blog, Motherhood, The Real Deal, offers the following tips to parents flying with kids. Never, ever allow your child to kick the seat in front of them because let's face it, constant kicking of your seat is enough to send Mother Teresa into a rage. Instead, parents should help educate their children about what flying in an airplane is really like. No, it's not as exciting as in the cartoons, by watching YouTube videos on the topic. Make friends with other parents on the flight, because you are going to need some allies to help you get through this. Bring plenty of activities to keep your littles entertained. Coloring books, stickers, iPads, stuffed toys, surprise toys from the dollar store, snacks, magic painting books, and whatever you can to while away the hours and keep you and them as close to sane as possible. Ride out the storm. Nobody ever said flying with children would be easy. 6. Don't be a fidgeter. We get it, sitting for hours at a time in a cramped space is exhausting, and sometimes, the fidget cube just isn't cutting it. But please keep the fidgeting to a minimum. We're all on the same boat. Plane, and you shuffling about can really start grating on other travelers. 7. Obey the armrest hierarchy. Everyone agrees that the worst seat on the plane is the middle seat. You are trapped between two passengers, have a lousy view, and forced to jump over another passenger just to go to the toilet. But at least you have an armrest, 2 to be exact. Well, only if your seatmate isn't silently waging a turf war with you to claim your arm's domain. No, there's a hierarchy to these things. Middle seat gets full, unobstructed access to both armrests. Window seat gets to enjoy the view. Aisle seat gets easy access to the aisle and toilet. 8. Stay put when taking off, landing. Some people are just too impatient to get off their seats as soon as the plane lands or takes off. Don't be this person. It doesn't take much to just stay put and wait a few minutes before moving around, just chill. We know that you're trying to catch a connecting flight, but turning the disembarking process into relay race is not doing anyone any favors. 9. Spare fellow passengers from noxious fumes. The air in the cabin is constantly recirculated. Yes, there's some fresh air mixed in, but pollute the air mid-flight and the smell never seems to go away. So spare your fellow passengers from noxious fumes and don't take something smelly on board. 10. Hold in the farts. Speaking of noxious fumes, hold in your farts. This should go without saying, but somehow people do it anyway. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but you owe it to others to at least hold it in until you get to the bathroom. Don't just crop dust the aisle while everyone is asleep. Believe me, it's enough to wake up the dead. 11. Follow the rules and all will be well, maybe not everything will go according to plan, but follow these unwritten rules and you are sure to make flying just a little bit less hellish than it usually is. Still, the joy of traveling almost makes up for all of the annoyances of flying. Almost.